To define a classic or vintage car, countless criteria are taken into account, from the year of manufacture and brand to the years it served as a race car and who drove it. Today, we're showcasing the top 10 most expensive cars sold at public auto auctions through the traditional bidding process, which have made headlines mainly due to the high prices paid by their new owners. Number 10. 1963. Aston Martin DP 215. $21.45 million. This Aston Martin didn't win any race. The gearbox broke during the 1963 Le Mans after 4 hours, but it remains one of the most sought-after cars in the world. It's the only one of its kind, and it has largely survived its time intact. The car was sold at a Sotheby's auction in 2018 for $21.45 million. It has a total of 326 horsepower with a top speed of 319 kilometers per hour. Number 9. 1955 Jaguar D-Type, $21.78 million. The Jaguar D-Type is one of the coolest race cars ever built, and it's also lightning fast. The 1955 D-Type, auctioned off for $21.78 million in 2016, achieved an average speed of 168 kilometers per hour at Le Mans in 1955 and reached 252 kilometers per hour on the Mulsanne Straight. The D-Type's greatest hour came in 1957 at Le Mans, where it took first, second, third, fourth, and sixth places in the race with 55 vehicles. The car has 250 horsepower and a 3.4-liter inline-six engine. Number 8. 1935 Duesenberg SSJ, $22 million. The 1935 Duesenberg SSJ, which fetched $22 million at an auction in 2018, belonged to actor Gary Cooper. Sure, that added 1 or 2 zeros to this beast of a car, but the main attraction is the road monster itself. The Duesenberg is a luxury car introduced just before the Great Depression. Its 2,268-kilogram frame barely concealed a massive inline-8 engine, which in its SSJ model with a supercharger produced 400 horsepower and could reach 97 kilometers per hour in less than 8 seconds, with a top speed of 257 kilometers per hour. Number 7. 1956. Aston Martin DBR1, $22.5 million. The dream of British entrepreneur and engineer David Brown to win Le Mans began in 1949, 3 years after he bought the struggling Aston Martin company for $42,500. Brown realized this dream a decade later when his Aston Martin DBR1 won Le Mans in 1959. While the exact car auctioned off for a record-breaking $22.5 million in 2017 wasn't the one that won that race. It was the first of 5 DBR1 models ever produced. It also won the Nürburgring in 1959. Under the hood, it hides 301 horsepower. Number 6. 1964 Ferrari 275 GTB Speciale, $26.4 million. Ferrari engineer Mauro Forghieri designed 3 of these 275 GTB Competizione Speciale as successors to the GTO. The 275 GTB variants were created with a super lightweight aluminum body for Le Mans 1965. The car features a 3.3-liter V12 engine producing 230 horsepower and reaches a top speed of 257 kilometers per hour. In 2014, it changed hands for $26.4 million. Number 5. 1967 Ferrari 275 GTB 4S Nart Spider, $27.5 million. Out of the originally planned production run of 25 units, only 10 of these 300 horsepower Spiders were built due to limited demand. But one man named Eddie Smith considered it one of the coolest cars in the world. In 1968, he purchased a 275 GTB Nart Spider for between $8,000 and $14,500, equivalent to $61,000 to $111,000 in 2022, and refused to sell it, not even to Steve McQueen after the actor crashed his own Nart Spider. Eddie Smith passed away in 2007, leaving the car to his son, Eddie Jr. He put it up for auction in 2013, where it fetched $27.5 million with fees. He donated the proceeds to charity. Number 4, 1956, Ferrari 290 mm, $28 million. The MM in Ferrari 290 stands for Mille Miglia, for which it was designed in 1956 and even won the race. Only 4 examples were produced, and 3 of them still exist. When Sotheby's offered one of them, with chassis number 0626, for sale in 2015, it sold for $28 million. Another 290 mm, with number 0628, was sold in 2018 for $22 million. The car features a 3.5-liter V12 engine and has 320 horsepower. Number 3, 1954 Mercedes-Benz W196, $29.6 million. The Mercedes-Benz W196 Formula One car competed in 2 championship races and won both in 1954 and 1955 consecutively. This was the car that Mercedes-Benz introduced into the racing world, dominated by Ferrari and Maserati. And admittedly, it was a short-lived reign. During the 1955 24 Hours of Le Mans, the W196, driven by Pierre Levegh, collided with another vehicle and a post. Debris, including the 200-kilogram engine block, flew into the stands, killing 83 spectators. It was the deadliest accident in the history of motorsports. Mercedes-Benz withdrew from racing for 29 years, until 1994. The car was sold for $29.6 million at Bonhams in 2013. Number 2, 1957. Ferrari 335S Spider, $37.7 million. The 335S finished second at the 1957 Mille Miglia, but its reputation was tarnished. During the race, the tire of another 335S exploded, causing the race car to veer off the road and kill 10 spectators, including 5 children. Driver Alfonso de Portago and his navigator also lost their lives in the accident. Only 4 of these cars were ever built, contributing to its stratospheric price tag of $37.7 million. It achieved that amount at an auction in 2016. Under the hood, the car conceals a whopping 390 horsepower with a 4-liter V12 engine. This particular car was driven by Sir Stirling Moss at the 1958 Cuban Grand Prix, which he won. Number 1, 1962, Ferrari 250 GTO, $48.4 million. The Ferrari 250 GTO is the holy grail of car collectors. Only 36 were ever produced, and this particular legendary car is worth more than some mega villas. It shattered sales records at car auctions when it sold for $48.405 million in 2018, or in other words, $10 million more than the previous record holder. Another GTO sold for $38.115 million in 2014. Edoardo Lualdi Gabardi drove the record-breaking Ferrari to victory in the 1962 Italian GT Championship, and it is one of only 7 with Series 2 bodywork. The car delivers 296 horsepower with a 3-liter V12 engine. The history of the car is fascinating. Fun fact, this GTO isn't even the most expensive GTO ever sold. That title goes to a silver 1963 GTO, which was sold in a private transaction in 2018 for $70 million to the founder of WeatherTech. This exact car won the 1964 Tour de France automobile. That concludes today's video. We have one more question for you. Which of the vintage cars shown was your favorite? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any more exciting videos. May the wealth be with you.